So good evening or good afternoon or good morning, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for um, joining me and weekly Dharma gathering today for our ongoing series of on Fridays of guided compassion practices. On Mondays, Ashley Dingus teaches Learn to Meditate, and I on Fridays do compassion practices, and usually this is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I was scheduled to do a virtual practice weekend with one of my teachers, but he actually is recovering from COVID-19, he and his wife, as he is a chaplain for the Department of Corrections in New York, and has been spending a lot of time trying to comfort the incarcerated and their families, as well as the various people who work at Rikers Island in New York. And many people have died and gotten sick. And so anyway, I'll be partly dedicating this practice to him, Lama Justin van Boetjos. But I did speak to him the other day, and he's doing well. So tonight, I'd like to, I just want to say that we are going to continue doing these free offerings on Mondays and Fridays through May. There'll be a session next week, but not May 1st, because I'll be on a plane flying back to New York. At the time, so I won't, I'll be getting in around 6 o'clock. But in May, we'll be continuing to offering, and probably gonna continue to offer these free sessions on Fridays and Mondays through, who knows for how long, but definitely through end of May. So tonight, I wanted to just, I've been doing some different compassion practices, not just Tonglen. We did guided Tonglen last week. And so for those of you who've been coming most of the weeks, you might have gotten some cycles. Next week, just to give you a preview, I'm going to be leading a practice on wrathful compassion and the wrathful mother's energetic forces, how to work with compassionate wrath. But tonight we're going to be doing a body-based practice called ground Lungta. Some of you may have done it with me before in this context or in other contexts. But first, I'd like to us to just we'll do a short sitting shamatha, peaceful abiding meditation, and then I'll read something called the 4 reminders that, or the preliminaries that turn our mind toward the Dharma or toward practice. And then I'll give the instructions for ground Lungta, or our guided rest practice, cultivating compassion and confidence. So wherever you are, if you can, get comfortable, either through sitting, lying down, standing, or even walking. So turning your attention to your seat and your feet, and feeling this connection to our mother, the earth, who is our support for practice. If you're sitting, your legs can be cross-legged or however you want them. Standing, you could have a little bend in your knee. If you're laying down, your legs can be how they want, but should be comfortable. Shoulders should be relaxed if they're they're coming up, you can just roll them back a little bit and let them go back and down. Feel your shoulder blades going down your back, bringing those shoulders away from your ears and toward your waist. Letting your back be upright, but not uptight. Your eyes can be closed or open, and they should be relaxed, whether they're closed or open. So if they're open and relaxed, you can have your gaze going forward about 4 to 6 feet in front of you, looking at the floor. And if they're closed, they can just be closed very softly, like your eyeballs are being held by velvet. So, no squinching, just whichever ways, soft eyes. The hands can be relaxed. They can be face down on your knees if you're sitting, or you can be just having them in your lap, or if you're laying down, they could be on your belly, or one hand on your chest, one on your belly. But there's a sense of sort of not flopping, but a sense of relaxation and gentleness. Your tongue can be relaxed behind your teeth, either the top teeth or the bottom teeth. I find the bottom teeth more relaxing. And the head is resting gently on the top of your spine, feeling this connection of your spine that goes rooted in the earth through your lower back, your middle back, going past the ribs and the lungs, upper back, going past the shoulder blades, through the neck, with its natural curve coming to the head, almost feeling like you're being pulled up by like a thread. And your spine is relaxed, it's flexible, and it's filled with light. And we'll just sit here and feel our bodies breathing. Allowing ourselves to relax with the breath. Feeling the breath wherever it is in our body. Its temperature, its rhythm. Its force. And if thoughts or emotions or physical sensations arise that take you away from feeling your body breathe, you can acknowledge whatever's happening oh, a thought, or oh, a feeling, anger, or oh, my twinge in my foot. Acknowledge it, that it's happening, and then just gently, if you want, come back to the feeling of your body breathing without any sense of giving yourself permission to come back. That's the whole practice right there. We come back if we're distracted to this feeling of our body breathing. So I'm going to just read this short contemplation. You can continue practicing shamatha, peaceful abiding meditation, or you can come out of it and just listen. And these are the 4 reminders that turn the mind toward the Dharma or toward wakefulness. And the reason I'm reading them, besides that it's a practice that I do, is that they are the foundation for compassion practices, interestingly. And the instruction is when one begins training in compassion practices, that we train first in the preliminaries, which these are the preliminaries. So the kind of prerequisite for compassion is being reminded of these truths in this worldview. The 4 reminders. The chanting of the instruction that is difficult to find a free and well-favored human birth. First, contemplate the preciousness of being free and well-favored. This is difficult to gain, easy to lose. Now I must do something meaningful. So just contemplating precious human birth. Death and impermanence. Second, the whole world and its inhabitants are impermanent. In particular, the life of beings is like a bubble. Death comes without warning. This body will be a corpse. At that time, the Dharma will be my only help. I must practice it with exertion. So the truth of impermanence, death, impermanence. Karmic cause and effect. Third, when death comes, I will be helpless. Because I create karma, I must abandon evil deeds and always devote my time to virtuous actions. Thinking this every day, I will examine myself. retribution of samsara, or the cycle of hope and fear, or life and death. Fourth, the homes, friends, wealth, and comforts of samsara are the constant torment of the three sufferings. Just like a feast before the executioner puts you to your death, I must cut desire and attachment and attain enlightenment through exertion, through practice. So now we will do the ground lungta practice, or the raising wind horse. So please, if you would like, you can lay down and relax. Feel free to close your eyes. And we're going to focus on 4 areas of the body, the feet and the legs, the middle body from the knees to the stomach, the chest and arms, and then the head and shoulders. Feet and legs, bringing your attention to your feet and your legs, going to the, stopping at the knees. Our feet and legs that do so much labor for us, moving us forward through the world, carrying us, holding us up. Maybe we don't have full or any mobility, yet this area of the body is related with the practice of exertion, or kind of a daily diligence with repetition. Maybe we're all familiar with that. Our feet and legs are like the groundhog day of our body. They are related to humility and patience. Being right-sized, knowing our place in the world and taking pleasure in that, not being envious of others' positions, but really looking where our feet are at and knowing our place on this earth and experiencing that as tremendously powerful and friendly, and with a sense of orientation. So this part of the body is related to an animal that has those qualities, the tiger, the orange tiger that walks silently and powerfully through the jungle floor without bringing attention to itself, whether it's hunting or exploring, looking for a mate. It's not bogarting through the jungle like say a wild boar, silent and powerful and knows its place. That's us with our feet and our lower legs. Bringing our attention and awareness to the hara, or the middle part of our body, so above the knees to the belly. This part of our body is related with energy, or our fire. Which is also to say our discipline or our practice. It's also related to our delight, our enjoyment, our sexuality, our ingestion, our play. It also is how we relate to other people. It's where our compassion comes from. This part of the body, belly to the top of the knees, and that back part of that body too, is related to our compassionate energy that's directed towards others. Our gut and kidneys, lower lungs, our GI system, muscle and sinew, the powerfulness of our thighs. This part of the body is related to the white lion, the snow lion, that is joyful and experiences incredible pleasure from leaping and participating in life and doing. That there's real joy in connection, relationality. There's a source of power to connect with others. Next, we bring our awareness to our chest and our arms. Including the back of our chest, our upper ribs, spine, backs of our arms, triceps, elbows, hands, wrists, fingers, biceps. And this part of the body is related to the confidence of equanimity, or not having a preference for either or. But being able to work with whatever's arising, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant or neutral, whether we like it, we dislike it, or we're indifferent to it, that whatever is arising, there's a capability, we have the capability to say, okay, this is what's happening. How am I going to work with it? So that's related to our chest, our heart center, and our arms. This is also related to the part of the body that attracts the energetic qualities that help us, whether that's ancestors or our God, or other deities, dralas, or our community. Whatever it is we connect to, we attract that kind of support. And this part of the body is related to an animal that's a hybrid, the red Garuda. And the Garuda is like an eagle, a phoenix, and a human together. It lives in the sky because it has a bird's eye view of all that's happening. And it sees what's arising in many, many different places at the same time. So it's not Um, Feeling like it's happening to me. The Garuda says it's happening and looks to see how it can work with what's arising. And then we move to our head and our shoulders, including the shoulder blades, tops of the shoulders, the back of the neck, the throat, mouth, our sense faculties, many of them are located in this part of the body. Smell, sight, hearing, taste. Back of our head, the top of our head, which is our crown, our third eye. This is the area here, this is the area of wisdom, but not just knowledge and know-how and can do, but this is wisdom that comes from deep connection. This is the wisdom we were born with. This is the sanity we were born with that progressively we sometimes get away from or we're taught to undo. But this is our deep, cosmic, radiant wisdom, a wisdom of our highest self, the wisdom that's connected to all wisdom beings that have ever been and are and ever will be. A wisdom across all galaxies, all universes, all planets, all religions, all knowledge, all beings, plant, animal, human, insect. Bacteria, virus, all the wisdom. And this area of the body is connected with another mythical beast, the blue dragon. And the dragon is one that protects the treasure of wisdom, slumbers until it's needed. It can fly, it can breathe fire. It loves riddles. And the dragon, the blue dragon here, the blue-black dragon appears when it's needed. It doesn't live in any particular place. It appears wherever it's needed. And so it's like our wisdom unfolds not as a formula, but as what's called for. So that wisdom that we cultivate through our practice arises from space. So that's like the dragon lives in space and appears where and when it's needed. Returning our awareness to our feet. Within my body, I have this incredible confidence, contentment of my feet and my lower legs. Within my body, I have this incredible confidence, joy of my middle body, my knees and my belly. Within my body, I have this incredible confidence, equanimity of chest and arms. Within my body, I have this incredible confidence, wisdom of head and shoulders. Again, returning our awareness to our feet and legs. Within my body, I have this incredible confidence, contentment. Middle body, the tops of the knees to the belly. Within my body, I have this incredible confidence, joy. Moving our awareness to our chest and arms. Within my body, I have this incredible confidence, equanimity. Moving our awareness to our head and shoulders. Within my body, I have this incredible confidence, wisdom. Feet and lower legs. Within my body, I have this incredible confidence, contentment. Upper legs and through the belly. Within my body, I have this incredible confidence, joy. Moving our awareness to our chest and arms. Within my body, I have this incredible confidence, equanimity. Head and shoulders. Within my body, I have this incredible confidence, wisdom. Bringing our awareness to our feet and legs, I'm going to say a mantra or a mind protection, mind heart protection. That is related to our innate wisdom, confidence, sanity, and wakefulness. So for our feet and our legs, ki, the middle body, so. Chest and arms, ki. Head and shoulders, so. So ki and so are related to our absolute and innate wisdom, kindness, strength, sanity, confidence. So is the ability to make that happen in the real world. Feet and legs, ki. Middle body, so. Chest and arms, ki. Head and shoulders, so. Feet and lower legs, ki. Middle body, so. Chest and arms, ki. Head and shoulders, so. Visualizing that orange tiger at your feet and legs, the white lion. In your middle body, the red Garuda, your chest and arms, and the blue-black dragon, your head and shoulders. In the middle of your body, in your chest, where your heart center is, imagine there's a bright yellow sun that is your wisdom shining through. The orange tiger can dissolve into that sun in your heart. The white lion can dissolve into that sun in your heart. The red Garuda dissolves into the sun in your heart center, bright yellow sun. And the blue dragon dissolves into the heart center. And the bright yellow sun in your heart dissolves into space leaving a feeling of warmth, light, confidence that spreads throughout your body, beyond your body, through your domicile, your neighborhood, city, state or province, nation, the earth, and beyond. And then I'll just say this last mantra, Ashe Lag Yalo, which Ashe has to do with our primordial confidence in West African religions like Lukumi and Yoruba, and the Western African diasporic antecedents like Lukumi, Candomblé. Ashe is the source of all. It's like chi. Ashe Lagiolo, may all that is good be manifested. May it be victorious. May we remember our confidence that is primordial and innate. It cannot be taken from us, cannot be destroyed, and it cannot be manufactured. Just dedicate the merit. By this merit, may all attain omniscience. May it defeat the enemy, wrongdoing, from the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death. From the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. By the confidence of the golden sun of the great east, may the lotus garden of the Rigdon's wisdom bloom. May the dark ignorance of sentient beings be dispelled. May all beings enjoy profound, brilliant glory. So we dedicate the merit so that others who aren't able to practice can benefit from whatever insights, relaxation, feelings, confidence, experiences we've had, so that we extend our practices not just for ourselves, but for everyone without exception. And that is very difficult sometimes, but that is the path of compassion. So I wanted to just open it up for questions. The chat feature is actually off tonight. I apologize. I didn't have time to reset that when we were changing all of the security features. So you gonna have to ask your question with your voice if you have a if you have a question, rather than type it. So I apologize. We'll get the chat feature back on next week, hopefully. So you can type it if you're shy, but feel free to ask the question. I'm unmuting your, can unmute folks. Or you can unmute yourself if you have a question. Okay. Jahan, do you have a question?
Hey, yes, I'm calling in from my phone, so I
Right.
can't really, yeah. Um, hey, Shanté. I just wanted to know how you are doing and
Hmm.
and how you are managing throughout this time. Obviously, my assumption is that obviously Buddhism and meditation is always such a strong practice, and you're a wonderful teacher, so I imagine that's really
Thank
useful. But are there other rituals you're engaging in, and specifically, yeah, how are you handling the down times?
Yeah, thank you. It's a great question. I think what my Buddhist practice does for me is allow me to be okay with whatever I'm feeling. So if
Mm,
that's terror, if that's sadness, if that's loneliness, if that's fine, every day is really different, which is actually somewhat exciting, even though it would seem like it's not different because there's not a lot going on, but every day it's different. I feel different inside, or I have a different relationship to what's happening. So some of that is just the cycle of a week or the cycle of the month, where the alignment of the planets, the energy from other people. So this week has been fairly okay. I had a little sleep trouble. There was a tornado Sunday, so it was just like so loud and noisy. It was really hard to sleep, and then my dog was freaking out. And then another night where I didn't sleep well, but my sleep is evened out. So that's always a little tough. I'm a little crazy when I don't sleep. But a couple of weeks ago, I think it's hard to keep track of time. Honestly, a couple of weeks ago was really tough. And there was nothing really happening. I mean, it's not true. A friend, well, you know this, close friend, their relative died, and yeah, just a lot of people I know are sick, and so it was just I was just feeling some weight. But I think for me, what I've really learned is that my practice is exactly for times like these, particularly
mm,
particularly as a tantric practitioner, where a lot of the teachings are for what is called the dark age, right? Which maybe is probably the last 500 years. And so a lot of the teachings, compassion practices included, are for um, well, I think about how there are people demanding to be released so that they can, um, go back to normal and basically, get sick and get other people sick. And there's this, I'm watching a kind of insanity unfold at the same time as, a pretty serious pandemic virus is that's new to our system, a human system is unfolding. And just what is happening for me is I'm seeing a lot of what was already there being multiplied with not only the other forms of kind of inequity and illness and death, but this new form. And it's actually very heartbreaking, and I feel very angry at times. And I'm then getting an opportunity to work with my own anger and wanting to control. So for me, it's not so much the virus itself, although, I'm doing all the precautions and for a lot of reasons. I have underlying, I have I'm immunocompromised, so it's important that I stay as healthy as possible. And it's not even, the stay-at-home stuff, can get a little. I'm not great at working from home, but for me, it's all the other stuff that's being revealed, and my kind of, or not even revealed. It's already been there, but that's being. There's no illusions anymore, and so I think my own sense of trying to figure out what's or feel into what's important and really tap into the tools I already have has felt made me feel generally pretty okay. I have a lot of things that I do in the realm of working with my mind and my heart and my emotions. I have a lot of practice in not doing much and being alone for very long periods of time, you know, including solitary meditation practice and sitting for many hours meditating and working with boredom and discomfort and unease and not knowing. So those things over past number of years have gotten pretty easy. And then I'm a human being, so I have sometimes moments and sometimes hours and sometimes days of real. Last week was a week of a lot of anxiety, and so I just was like, okay, I'm like super anxious, and just like feeling the anxiety and seeing if there's anything I could do about the anxiety, and and letting it kind of teach me. So this is a practice. I have a set of practice. Actually, as a matter of fact, last weekend, once a month, four or five of us, it was 5 of us last week, do a practice together. That's a little Dungeons and Dragons, but it's a tantric practice in our lineage, and we practice together once a month. It's like 5 people color. And who live all over. We were in 4 different time zones. And then one of my friends gave us a practice that's for dealing with it's actually a death practice for dealing with the intermediate stage after one dies. But life is actually the intermediate stage. So that's really interesting. So it's a practice about cultivating fearlessness and confidence. And then also one of my teachers, Lama Rod Owens, on Monday nights, he's been teaching Medicine Buddha. So I've been doing that Medicine Buddha practice, which is about healing for oneself and others. So that's a very great practice as well. So I've been spending a lot more time practicing. And some days I have longer sessions, and you know, so it's up and down. I'm coming back to New York in 2 weeks from today, so it'll be interesting to see. I think I was there in March for about 10 days, so I'm moving back, and I'm very happy about that. And you know, there'll be an adjustment period there. So yeah, it's the whole. There's no it's the whole range. So I just feel that I have a level of stability, clarity, and strength of mind, so that when I am really having a hard time, I can relax with having a hard time. It's just that's what's supposed to be happening. So thank you for that question.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Time for maybe one more question before I let you go. So I just want to, if you would like this ground Lungta practice, you can email, actually I'll have, no, this will make it easier. You can email info@weeklydharmagathering.com and someone will send it to you. Or maybe I'll just have, this is what I'll do. I'll have them send it out to everyone who's registered for any of the Friday nights. That's easier. Okay. So I just want a little promo. Next Wednesday, I'm giving a talk on Weekly Dharma Gathering at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on, hold on, I don't remember the name of the talk. on, I think it's creating, here we go. Decolonizing Dharma, building and sustaining practice communities in the age of COVID-19. So I'll be talking a lot about what does meditation practice have to do with community, and why is that, and how it might help during this new era we're in. And I'll be talking a little bit about this time as what is the charnel ground, which is can be a physical site of practice, which is a place where there is, that's sort of unpleasant in ways because it's a place of death. It can be a physical place, a literal charnel ground. People do those kinds of practices, but it's also a liminal space, and that can create a lot of. This is a liminal space we're in right now, and it can create a lot of panic because we're not at the beginning, we're not at the end, so we're in it. And how can cultivating community really help us? And then again, Monday at 7 p.m. EST, Ashley will be doing Learn to Meditate, and then next Friday, back at 7 p.m., I will be doing a practice around wrathful compassion. So working with the wrathful mothers and feminine energy, and protect the mother protectors, particularly Ekajati. So if you're interested in learning about wrathful compassion, which is very important in the tantric tradition, and working with the energies of how do we channel our more fiery energetic qualities, I'll be doing that next week. So thank you all. This recording will probably be up on the site in another 24 to 48 hours. So if you want to revisit it, you can. And please, everyone, stay safe and sane and healthy.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, y'all.
Night.
Good night.